Hi guys, this is Tony here from Metal Roos. You're about to sit down and enjoy an interview I just did um, over there. And so do like and subscribe so you can get all this straight into your streaming and into your consciousness as soon as it arrives. So enjoy the interview, and I will. Over to you, Tony.
Oh, good and raring to go.
Oh, wonderful, brilliant, brilliant. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for chatting about this amazing album, by the way.
No, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Oh no, bloody fantastic album! Like I've been sort of binging it over the last 4 or 5 days, so it's been
I'm
it's
so sorry.
no, 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 not at all, not at all. Why should you be sorry? It's brilliant. It's absolutely
Oh, no.
brilliant.
Always.
It's really nice to chat to an Australian band and performers. To be honest with you, living here,
Okay.
because it's just the music scene over here is so good at the moment.
Oh, that sounds, I want to be a part of
Ah,
it.
yes, you are part of it. You're a major part of it, Celeste. What are you talking about? But the new album, which comes out, I believe, on the April, isn't it? April
Yep. 25th?
25th. That's it. I did
Yep.
write that down. I can't read my handwriting. April
It's all
20th. I can't read my handwriting.
good. Oh,
Ah!
no.
I just got back from Sydney on a long trip. I'm like, oh my God,
Oh,
25th.
yeah. Jet lag, everything. No,
Yeah.
forgiven.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so it's your first with this band, isn't it?
No, so this will be our first album, but
Yes.
second big release. Our first, we had our EP.
That's right, you
Yeah.
had the EP, but this is your first full length
Yes, correct.
outing, and
Yeah.
exciting stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's as I said, there's a lot of sound in and around the Australian metal scene at the moment. It's really nice to hear something fresh and different.
Yeah, we like to think that we're adding a bit of a different layer, a different flavor onto the already awesome metal scene here. So I'm glad it's coming across well.
Oh no, it absolutely is, because it's beautiful and stark, but it's also heavy and light. It's really an interesting mix of an album.
Oh,
Throughout the tracks. So I mean, your voice is beautiful on it.
oh, thank you.
No, genuinely, and the mix with I think it's with Daniel, the other singer, isn't it? But
Correct. Yeah.
really, rarely do I come across a double vocal like that really melds well like that.
Yeah, we've heard a lot that we work really well together. So it's still really nice to hear that it's still, hitting hell.
Yeah, 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 it is because it sort of took me by surprise slightly, Celeste. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I put it on going, oh yeah, okay, I'll listen to this, and then I was like, oh, I have to go back and listen to it again. Oh, I've got to go back and listen to it again. Like
We have surprised some people with my vocals at certain points, so it's good to know it's still surprising.
it is wonderful. It's refreshing, I think is the word.
Oh,
I
I
think
like it. I'm going to apply that more.
I think refreshing is the word. Because I mean, you're in I mean, how would you describe your genre? If you were describing yourself, if you had to put yourself in a box, which I don't like, but if you had to do that, I hate that. But if you had to do it and say to someone, "This is what we are," what would you say you would be?
Oh, that's a tough one because we draw upon a lot of different genres to make what we are. So because there's a little bit of post metalcore, then melodic metal. I'm heavily into opera, so we're sort of putting that across, and then obviously there's like a bit of oh no, I wouldn't say thrash, but I don't know. I
See,
couldn't
it's
put a finger
difficult,
on
isn't it?
it.
Isn't
Yeah,
it wonderful? And that's why I think
so hard.
that's why I think the term modern metal that is
Yeah,
a much better term for you guys because
yeah,
it's almost boundless.
absolutely.
Yeah. And the tracks come across that way. I mean, some of the vocals, like I'm gonna butcher this name because it's
That's okay.
metamorphosis. I can't even say it.
That's okay. Madam
Metamorphosis.
Psychosis. Yes. You got it. And look, even we had issues with it.
I'd hate to be singing that lyric. No, that's tracks like that are surprising. Like you open up with the single that's out
Yep.
now, which
Hmm.
is quite bouncy. I think
Yep.
it's quite
Hmm.
punchy, and then you move your way through these sort of roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Was that a deliberate thing, or did it all just come together that way?
It more came together that way. I mean, our initial idea of this journey between an AI takeover, the sort of skepticism, the optimism, the, submission into that whole journey of it, sort of played with all of our emotions and applying it to every sort of song. But it was definitely not an idea we applied first. I mean, coming out of COVID and still writing half the stuff on the album that you hear now helped shape where those emotions came from. And there were highs, there were lows, there
Oh yeah.
you name it. You name it. So yeah, that's probably how they were applied to each song more so.
Yeah, and I think the whole concept of the AI thing that's very prevalent in all our lives
Yes.
now, more so than ever before for any generation, and obviously, it's
Yeah.
really interesting that you can take the emotions from COVID, which was that horrible up and down that no one knew what was going on, to this other
Hmm.
no one know what's going on with
Yeah.
AI, and it merges really successfully. There's
Yeah. Well, we hope so.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there's no incongruity on it. There's no incongruity on it. Like it
Yeah.
flows. It flows.
Thank you.
And like a good album, you have to go back and listen to it over again to catch
The
all of the
little bits and
bits.
pieces. Yeah. It's a good Fight Club album, right?
Oh, bloody amazing Fight Club. You've got to go back. Yeah, you've got to go back
Yes.
in and dive into it. It's very well made for a first full length. I know you've been in the industry a little while. This is not your
Mhm.
first thing, but it's really well polished.
Thank you. Thank
for
you.
for a first big outing. It's quite remarkable, actually.
Well, we worked really well with our producer, Ione Heckenberg. So he's the singer from Ocean Sleeper. He helped us shape a lot of our ideas and bring a bit of his own flavor to it. So that polishedness was a bit of us and a bit of Ione. So we definitely have him to thank for a lot of that beauty.
Is beauty, and he appears on one of the
Yeah,
tracks, isn't he? He's on one of them.
absolutely.
So
Couldn't
that
help
was.
ourselves.
Oh, why would you? He's there. Like, hey, you're not doing it for 10 minutes. Come on, come over.
You're not doing anything. You're not doing
Come
anything with the
on.
album. It's fine.
Ah, you're all right. You're only living with it every minute of the day in your every pore of your body. But come over here with it.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I'm so sorry, Ione.
No, I'm sure he's very, very, very proud and he loves
He
it
loves
because
it.
he should be. You all should be. Again, it's remarkable for, I keep saying Australian band because, we're all used to these huge international acts making these big sounds
Yeah. Hmm.
with all these millions of dollars flying behind them.
Yes.
And then when someone comes along and makes this, that you go, wow, it can be done.
Oh
It
yeah.
it can be done, and it can be done at a high level and locally, which is like
Yeah.
madness. But you're a opera singer, so you say you're
Yep.
basically yeah, and that comes across in your vocals. Were you a traditionally trained opera singer, or is that something that you've just were you like are you from a classical background?
So it was a bit of a journey. I started singing by being self-taught, and then as I grew, I wanted to take on that more classic kind of side. So I actually trained for a couple of years under another opera singer, and he taught me well. But it was very many years ago, so I just try and adapt as much as I can from what I'd learnt and evolving from there with it. So a few years classically trained.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it sounds that way. It's around, it's the beautifully proportioned balance between yourself and Daniel. The highs and the lows,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
and I think that's a marriage made in heaven there, Celeste. I think.
Yep.
Um,
Sometimes we think we share same the brain as well. So marriage, definitely. Yep.
but isn't that fantastic though, right? That
Yeah.
the hive mind on stage,
Yeah.
right? Right. So
Yeah.
you don't have to know what they're doing. You already know what you're doing. He knows what you're doing. And on you go, right? Uh,
Yeah, and it's actually very funny that way. We don't plan a lot of our stage show. We kind of just go with the emotions we feel with each other. And what you see in our stage shows are very spare of the moment stuff, and that's how you see us. That's how we
Brilliant,
work.
brilliant, right? Because I mean, we've all
Yeah,
been to shows where it's very highly choreographed.
choreographed. Yeah. Hmm.
I can't get my teeth in today.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
I'll
they're
help.
yeah, thank you. They're yeah, and you sort of enjoy it, but you also come away going, well, okay, it's a show. But there's
Yeah.
sometimes when it's that spontaneity and that movement
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
particularly with your music's so, I mean, I had to say uplifting. I don't know if it's an uplift. I felt uplifted by
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, I can see how that would definitely be applied for sure.
Yeah, because people say, "Oh, heavy metal can't be uplifting." This is. I felt buoyant listening to this album. I know that
I love that.
yeah, I know the themes are heavy and darker,
Yeah.
but the musically, it was a big swell. Like there's some really big bass parts in that album.
Yeah, well, some of the songs, like the anthem and stuff like that, were
Oh,
written for purely that basis to really kind of grab you, lift you, and make you feel like you can be a part of that one crowd. Which, again, a part of that AI concept of being together and feeling that collectively, yeah, was meant for that. So I'm glad it gave you that.
yeah, no, it
That's
did.
good.
It certainly did. And I mean, again, with that sort of classical opera background that your love of opera,
Yeah,
there's a certain sense of the album being quite um, classical and
yeah, yeah.
operatic
I can see that. Yeah.
in its structures. You know,
Thank you. Yeah,
I love classical music, and it has that kind of,
great.
it has
Cool.
those swells, as I said before, swells and dips and flows.
Yeah.
And I love, I mean, was it this one here? I wrote a red line under it, Beta War.
Fade of War. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. Is I don't know what it is about that song, but it just holds me. I was like, I'm gonna go, but where's
Yeah.
this? Get to Beta War. Let me listen to that one again.
Yeah, no, definitely, and we are definitely bringing that one along with us as well. So
Oh.
that yeah, just as a hint for anyone catching our shows lately, they'll definitely catch what you will
Yeah.
catch then too.
Oh, great. Because honestly, it's a crack. Like you start with the album, a brilliant opener, and you end with a brilliant opener. Ending, sorry, a finish. It's really nicely tail ended, book-ended. You know,
Yeah,
it's a real balanced album. And have you had good feedback from it?
but yeah, from the reviews we've gotten
Mm.
from other people, definitely. The journey that it's been able to take people on was a big thing from everybody to say, and also the fact that they can hear so many genres in all of the songs, and just like yourself said, that you could feel one thing one time, and then in another song just feel completely different in another.
Yeah.
And yeah, really good feedback so far. So we're very happy and humbled by what's coming back so far.
Oh, I'm pleased, and you should be. I'm sure all the bands should be because I mean, it'd be amazing to tour it. It'll be quite interesting to see how you take it this album live because it's a big sound to replicate. I don't know
It is.
how you're gonna do your voice for a long tour.
She'll be right.
She'll be like, yeah, just lots of
It'll be
strepsils. You'll be
fine.
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah, exactly.
little black dot, like whatever those things
Yeah,
are they put on
you
their
know
tongue.
the vaping or whatever underneath the like the steam bucket and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that. I'll
it.
be
That's it.
that's how
Yeah,
you'll see me.
that's it. Yeah, that's it. Stay away from any smoky bars, which is difficult to do when
Correct.
you're in that if you're in this kind of environment.
Yeah.
But again, Daniel's voice is also unique.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, we've talked about yours, which is beautiful, and it is beautiful, Celeste, honestly, genuinely. But his is. I mean, there's a lot. There's dark vocals and there's growly vocals,
hmm hmm
and then there's way he does it where you can actually hear what he's saying,
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah.
which is a really hard thing to do because a lot of time
Yes.
it's just noise. And don't get me wrong, I loved it, but it is just
Yeah.
noise. Whereas if you're going to write a lyric, you've got to be able to hear it.
Absolutely. And I call him like a lyrical genius. He's sometimes if I get stuck on a concept or a, a verse, he'll go, why don't you try this? And what he comes out with, I'll be just looking at him dumbfounded, like, wow, okay, yeah. And I'm so glad that you can still hear his vocals with
Yes.
his screams because you need to be able to hear what he says. It's absolutely, yeah. I still get blown away, and I've known him for this long now, so it still amazes me.
Well,
Amazes me.
yeah, you need it. If you go with the angel and the demon, whatever, you do need to hear what they're talking to each other. You need to hear
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need to hear the flow. If it's just
correct.
it's like, well, okay, great, you can do it because I can't do it, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
No, I do really appreciate that with him, and his thick Aussie accent when it comes
yeah,
through makes me laugh, but also is very good too.
I think that's what I picked. I think it's what I picked up on. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, this. I think if it'd been American, he probably wouldn't have heard it.
no, but got a thick Aussie accent. I love it's great.
I mean, are you getting much of good reviews from overseas yet?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, most of them have been from
Oh, good,
overseas. People
good.
like yourself and
Yeah.
a lot of people in Europe. Yeah, yeah,
Brilliant, brilliant. That's again, I think that's a good sign for the local scene and for the
yeah.
bands that are coming through because there's a lot of noise out there, Celeste. You know that there's a lot of
Yes.
noise. It's a very noisy musical scene at the moment.
Mhm.
So it's nice that bands like yourself can cut through that veil
Yeah,
and affect people that listen to it. And I think that's what it's
yeah,
about. It's about affecting people that listen to it emotionally.
yeah. I think a lot of bands definitely follow a lot of other bands in their successes,
Mm,
but also just the ways they write. And I think sometimes bands need to remember you need to write like you. You need to put out there what you want to put out there. Like you can always be heavily influenced by your favorite artists, but that's their sound. You know, make your own. And I think sometimes I think that's where the noise comes from. I think it's lost in that sea of um I can't remember. I can't really possess the word that I want to say, but it's just that the sea of same. Do you know what I
yes.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need to cut through, just as you mentioned, and I think we at least tried to do that with our sound too.
Well, it's a unique sound. I don't know how you guys came up with it. Obviously, it just is a wonderful, beautiful, universal accident, right? That
Yeah, pretty
brings,
much.
yeah, that brings these different disparative voices and sounds together
Yeah,
to make this amazing album. So, I mean, more of it. That's all I can say. I hope. I hope
me
the more
too.
is to come. Yeah, I know it hasn't been released yet, but can we have another one, please?
Yes, can we have, yeah, sign us on for the second album. Thanks.
I can't see why they would not. I can't see
Right?
why not. I can't. But the product's beautiful. The packaging, like the artwork, is really lovely.
Yeah,
From it really tells that story. It's very modern. It has a
yeah,
nice
yeah,
modern feel to it. It has a real sort of I suppose the film I was trying to think of a real sort of what's the Ridley Scott movie? I've gone
uh,
Blade Runner feel.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
It has a sort of real Blade Runner esque sense to it when I looked at
yeah,
the
yep, yep, yep.
artwork. Mm. Sort of, you can tell it's what it is straight away by looking at the package, right? You know it's going to take you on that journey.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted from that as well. It's again one of those things we visited, making sure that we didn't follow older traditional trends of metal and older style concepts. So we wanted to really make that modern style and really have that shown in the artwork and I guess that dystopian AI
Yep.
digital fortressy landscape and stuff. That's what we wanted to really put in, and that's I think some of the descriptive words we used when we actually had to get it all sorted. So I'm
There you
glad that
go.
came across.
Doing words. No, yeah, like
Yes,
but I
the
like
AI generator.
yeah, that bloody thing. I tried using it once as a nightmare. I can't. I tried Jet,
It's
whatever
not
it is.
fun. No,
No,
no, don't do
I just want to throw the
that.
computer through the windows. Like there we go.
Correct.
What's wrong with the pencil? Like anyway.
Why is it
So
not 5 fingers?
yeah, exactly. I think that and I mean this complimentarily to you. I think you are at the cutting edge of the sound that you're making. I think this
Oh,
is
thank
quite unique, and I think bands will be listening to you and thinking about where you go from there because I wasn't expecting it, and I think
you.
and I think that's and I've heard a lot of music, Celeste. Come on,
Of course.
bloody my too old now. I've heard everything, but you hear that and you go, ooh. Oh, that's fantastic. You know, where did he go from here? That is the
Yeah.
key, you see. That is the key. But great
You have
tracks.
to keep listening.
Yeah, I will have to, won't I? I'll have to come to. Are you going to tour Australia soon? Um,
Yeah, yeah. So we've got our Divergence tour. We kick off. Actually, we start driving tomorrow morning, which is going to be super fun.
mm,
We stop off in Sydney first. So
yep,
I think it's the Chippo Hotel,
yep.
and then we come back to do our Melbourne show on the Saturday. Next week we're in Adelaide, and then the week after in Brisbane. So we've got a nice tour mapped out for the next few weeks for this
Oh,
album. Yeah,
we'll have to get you into Canberra soon because is where I am.
yeah, absolutely.
But that's a
Let's
long
do it.
way. That's a long drive for you guys, eh? That's a real
Yeah,
road trip, that one.
yeah. No sleep, it's fine.
No sleep for rock and roll, right? That's the key.
Correct.
That's
We're
it,
really
right?
living that lifestyle now.
Yeah. Yeah. Living out the glove compartment. Who's got the
Yep,
cheesels? Yeah, that sort of thing.
yep.
Oh, look, brilliant. And the local scene, I'm sure you're well known in the local Melbourne scene. I'm
Yeah.
sure you get draw a big crowd.
Mhm.
And after this album, I can't see why you won't draw bigger crowds and hopefully overseas.
Well, that's the goal. We definitely want to take this to you guys, whether it be UK, Europe, wherever anyone wants us. Yeah, we definitely. I think our sound is more suited to that European UK market, so we can't wait
Oh,
to take it up there for sure.
I think you do. I think no, this is no disrespect to any other musical markets
Not at all.
around the
Not at
world,
all.
but they have the European and UK. They have a really cultured ear when it
Yeah.
comes to their metal. They are happy to have and try lots of different things.
Yes. Yep.
And because this progressive metal is so big now, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It's so. I mean, I don't like the term progressive metal, but it's there, right? It's just
We don't
feels.
like labels, but they're
No,
there.
I hate them, but but you have to in this industry. Sometimes you've got to box it, like because
Yeah.
people buy boxes, which
Correct.
is
Yeah.
a real
Yeah.
sad thing because they should just
Yeah.
not just go. I'm going to try that
Yep. Yep.
and give it a go. How hard could it be now? Because you just swipe, go look, listen. You don't
Yeah.
physically have to go. I want them to buy all your albums, but you haven't got to physically go buy the album.
Yeah. No. Very. Very true, though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have to ask, how did you get being with such a beautiful voice and such an angelic voice? How did you get into this musical world?
Well, so I grew up listening to metal, so I've been brought up on it.
Right.
So I guess from the very depths of my mum's taste in music, we started off with the elusive Queen,
Yeah.
and then I evolved since from there. So my favorite bands growing up were bands like Nightwish, Epica, Within Temptation,
Wonderful.
Evanescence. All of the big four, of
Mm.
the female world. And then it grew from there. So I was always well into opera versus gritty, scary. And so it always just makes sense to me. Yeah.
Opera can be scary. I've been to a few operas that have
Oh,
scared me. So you can. There are a couple. I mean, if you want to sit
I'm
through
getting
the ringing
goosebumps just thinking
cycle,
about it
yeah,
already.
that's. But I think it's again we live in a world where now, thankfully, wonderfully, women are accepted and a big face of metal.
Yeah.
And I really, I have two adult daughters, and I feel very privileged that they can go into music and not be, oh no, it's a man's world. You can't do that,
Yeah.
which it was
We
maybe
still
30
definitely
odd
got
years
a
ago.
yeah, yeah. It's still a journey, but we've definitely come a long way, that's for sure.
Yeah, a long way because
Yeah.
there's no man apart from say maybe Rob Halford that can sing like you, but so right. Oh,
Thanks.
um, so so it's the truth, right? So we
Yeah,
we need those textures, we need those lights and depths, we need the different flavors in our music,
we
and
do, we do.
we do, and it brings that to us. So I hope that the album is a smash hit. I hope that
Me
it,
too.
it that it goes. I just feel just even because you put so much effort into it, you can hear it. This isn't a
Thank you.
weekend. This isn't a weekend project.
No, I took a bit.
Yeah, yeah, only slightly. Yeah, yeah.
But look, even if it doesn't hit as hard as we all hope that we have projects that, hit as hard as
Mm,
we want them to. Even if it just reaches out to another female and another person, anyone out there,
yeah,
and just says, you know what, they're doing something that is working really well and getting their sound and voice out there. I want to do it too. And
good.
especially, I think it's like even more important. And I say this just from, I guess, my point of view, being that young girl in my bedroom, listening to my favorite bands and seeing how well they did and how beautifully it came across, no matter what genre they did it in. If that can inspire other young girls and older, like even like myself, to do the same,
Mm.
that's all I hope. That's all I hope.
Oh, so that's wonderful, and they're the kind of words that I love to hear. because without that and without what those lovely words, you and I wouldn't be talking to you here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's this sort of thing that perpetuates art and creates more great art
absolutely. Yeah.
and
Well, I'm a
confidence.
mother myself, so I've got a young daughter who I really just want to help pave her the way. So if she wants to go into the same pathway, I've helped pay for her. So,
No,
it's just equally as important to me.
well, if she's got 1% of your voice, she'll be all right.
Oh, she's gonna have too much of it, I think. We already know that.
How lovely. How lovely is that? Wonderful. Well, thanks for coming and chatting. It's a great
No,
album.
thanks for having me.
No, it was a pleasure. Good luck with the tour.
Thank you.
Good luck with its release. The singles are fantastic. The videos are brilliant. I didn't even come across those ones. Sorry, I meant to mention those. The videos are
Oh, that's
beautiful. Oh no, they're beautiful. And it's very difficult to say something's beautiful when it's as heavy as this can be, but it is the truth.
yeah. Well,
You
we
know?
just dropped our latest single, "Glow and Decay," which you would have heard off the album
I did.
tonight in Australian at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Ooh.
with a video as well. So
I
you
will
get
go and
a
watch
new
it.
one. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks again. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for lighting up my
So
night because
welcome.
it's been one of those days. It's been nice to chat to someone as bright and as wonderful yourself.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Same.
and good luck to the rest of the band.
Yes, I will pass on those accolades.
Brilliant. And yeah, more of it. It'll be a difficult one to top this album, but if you do it, it'll be even better, I reckon. So yeah, there's another one in the background. Oh dear. Anyway, thanks for coming on.
You're so
Keep
welcome.
safe.
Thanks,
I'm sure
Tony.
I'll see you
Have a
around
good one.
somewhere. Okay.
Definitely will. Yes.
Okay.
All
Bye bye.
right. Have a good one. Bye.